I feel like the track is my wife right now. You ever seen Bad Boys? Dude was like, hey, call the wife. Tell her I'm on the way. So no, this is not the track yet, but this is literally like Candyland for us car guys. If you can read that sign, you know we're in a happy place. McMaster Car. All right, so these are the new O-rings for my clamps. And we'll show you where they go. So inside of these Alpha Lock clamps are some actual O-rings, and I can do this with one hand. Oh God, these. And what happens is that I guess over time they kind of flatten out. They go bad. I mean, it is what it is. It's just rubber, you know. So this new stuff is Viton. It's good to like up to 400 degrees. It's good for like all types of corrosive elements and, you know, fuels and everything else that's going to be going through there. So let's hope that works. Let's replace those when we get to the track. We're almost there. Jump back in the truck and let's get on rolling. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get to work. That's what I'm talking about. Here early. Track opens at 5. It's floor 50. This is the type of motivation we need. I'm feeling good today. I don't know why, but I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling kind of good today. Let's see what we got. All right, it's 5:10. We're here. Car's here. I joke around a lot, but now it's time to get serious. Now it's time to make this happen. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully, best of luck. And let's get it. That's all I gotta say. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, so these are the new ones. These are the ones that came out. As you can see, they're a bit messed up. And this is the new ones installed. I've already got a set in here. These are in. And they pushed in pretty easy. So I do need 2 hands though because of the slightly bigger fitment with these new Viton O-rings. So that I'm not probably gonna be able to. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's it. All right. We got some sealage.
No, I am not. A little, but...
Oh, man. Once again, things did not go as planned in any way. The only positive outcome of tonight, I gotta say, is I made, I think, 5 hits, even after I rounded off the dogs in second. So, you know, it is what it is. We tried to fix it. We fixed it by hand. It held for a pass. Now it's popping out of gear. So it is what it is. The right way to do it would have been get a brand new gear or at least have it CNC'd, but time wasn't on our hand then, but at least I got plenty of time now. So this just goes to show you some of the struggles that we go through, some of the things that we got to deal with when it comes to race cars. And you know, it's a rough world. It's a rough world. But the thing about it though is, you know, we're doing this shit willingly. So until next time, there'll be plenty of footage, there'll be plenty of content. I'm having a blast doing this. I'm not having a blast having to rip my car apart 24/7, but it is what it is, you know, it comes to the territory. So we'll get it done, we'll be back, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. I'm not happy. I absolutely do not. I do not want to take this apart right now. Like, bro, it looks so good. It looks so good and it works. This is an absolute mess, bro. This is a horror story. This is what horror stories are made of. This is, people are like, oh my God, you're so motivating. You're so motivating. It's like, where does all the motivation come from? I don't even know. I can't even explain it. I have no idea. But here we are. So I gotta take this tranny out. Fix second. Put it back in. It's Saturday. 7 days from now. Ideally, what I'd like to be doing is racing Fall Nationals. Let's see. See what happens. Get over here. All right. Jesus. Okay. So, time to do this again. Again. Yeah. The game plan is to get this apart, see what's going on with second, which I already know. It just needs to be cut evenly on second and the dog. It's the hardest one to do because you can't, especially in the dog, you can't get to it. It's in a recessed area, so you're just going by guess. So anyway, hopefully Tom can cut this for me on Monday, Tuesday, and that'll be CNC'd obviously, so shouldn't have it. It'll be like a brand new gear. Shouldn't have any issues from there. Get it back together, and at bare minimum, go test Friday and race Saturday and Sunday. It's not gonna happen. In a perfect world, hell yeah, you know, but who knows? So let's get this apart. So I at least got, you know, some sort of a game plan here, or you know what type of road is in front of me. I can see it, and we'll go from there. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, so that's the outer case, fifth gear cover, even though there's no fifth. So now, all we do is pop off the actual inner case, if you want to call it that, and then we can get this off. Alright. And then now, we can pop this off. Because those guys are out. All the seat clips are off. Alright. It's you. Sometimes it can be a little pain in the ass. There. So yeah, before I dive too deep into this, this is second right here. You kind of see the welds that we did on the edges of the dogs. And I can already see that one already looks a little rounded at the edge. But we also did grind them. So who knows how many of the surfaces are really like making contact with the other gear, because the way the dog boxes work, if you kind of look at that one right there, you see how it kind of looks slanted and slanted? It's so that when the teeth mesh up, watch. So when you shift and teeth mesh up with each other, let's say they're going into, this is fourth, this is third. So let's say we, bam, hit third gear. Do you see how they kind of sit next to each other? Nice little marriage there. That's what you want. And what happens is though, is if the edges get round, they won't be, they can slip off like that. They won't be able to hold themselves against each other, because that shape is what allows them to keep true to each other in order to, you know, to share the load for the gear as well. So when the edges get too round, so it can deal with a little bit, but when the edges are too round, it can easily just slip right off. And that's how you'll go into gear, no problem, but then usually what happens is slip, it'll just pop right off. That's my problem right now with second, because if you look, there isn't much marriage material going on there. And also we cut the edges of the gear. There might be low spots, high spots, who knows what's going on. There might only be one or two teeth that are really engaging. So that's really all it is. Hopefully we can get this over to Tom at NRG. He can cut them and he can put me to work. You know, like I told him about, I'll mop the floors, I'll dust the shelves, whatever you want, bro. Do what we gotta do to try and get this rolling. But it's kind of what I expected, so not too much surprise here. It's just racing. It is what it is. Yeah, that looks rowdy. You can see next to all of these impressions, those are the sides that the cutter that we were using, you could see every single edge is completely rounded off. So that sucks. But when they put it on CNC, they cut this back. So these could probably get cut at least maybe once or two more times before there's barely any dog left to be able to basically like carry the load, you know? So let's get that done, get it over there on Monday, and hopefully we're in luck. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So we arrived at NRG Tech so we could drop these off to the wizard himself. So the attempt here is to get these evenly cut so we can get back in the playing field. It's good, bro.
NRG Tech.
Nice.
How's it going?
Fun fact, I used to stop here as a kid and be so amazed by all the Honda parts. And now here I am. Never stopped growing up, ever. Check this out. This is kind of some of the crazy things they do here. I think this car used to be a 25.5 gauge car and got into an accident or something like that. And they bought a new shell and I think they merged the two chassis together. I gotta ask Tom more about it when I come back. But pretty wild, huh? Love it. So we're back at the factory, Grace's garage again. At least this time though, we're actually gonna hear what this thing sounds like. Maybe we even go for a drive. beautiful. Such a different perspective during the day. I love it. Love it. What we're doing right now is uploading a different tune. It was kind of running out of fuel after the new build, so he's gonna basically just get that sorted. We'll upload that, we'll go for a drive, we'll do some logs, see how it's running, and yeah, enjoy. And of course, you know, the 3S is here, basically just waiting for some love. Trans is on, motor's ready, covered up, ready to go in the car. The car is actually outside. I want to do like a whole separate video to kind of show you guys what that looks like, because that car is actually really beautiful. And how many miles you say were on the MR2 again?
The white one, 80, 79, 78.
Bro, crazy.
Original owner,
crazy.
New York car. Covered
Yeah.
in New York grime underneath.
New York grime. That's the best grime.
Dude, kind of gross, to be honest, for how low miles the car was.
Yeah, now she's covered, man, but we're gonna do more on that. Definitely gonna have to take its own video for just for that car. But yeah, let's do this.
Ready?
Yep. So red means it's logging, right? Very nice.
Definitely.
Bro, this is a lovely daily.
This is the best car, bro. Best car
It's a
I've ever
lovely
owned.
day.
I do love the MR2, but this thing is the best.
It's
bro.
different.
Oh man, I love beating people in this car. New cars, beating them, it's like the best feeling, bro. Beating Hellcats and shit.
Well, here's my shift rod that I took out of the tranny. Look at that. Didn't look like that last time I put it in there. I would say that's fucked up. Yeah. And thanks to the homie Ant, this is the 300M. Alright, so old one's out, new one's ready to go. Obviously you can't really tell, you know, anything crazy, but that is much, much, much tougher steel.
It's been a few years.
So this is us. Nice. So do you want to explain to like the peanut gallery just exactly what's going on here and what went wrong and where we are?
So the engagement, like these dogs over here, this is how the gears actually engage with these dogs. Like from this to this. Now what happens is these dogs get beat up. You can actually kind of see it a little bit right here. Still on this other side, this is the downshift side. The upshift side was a lot more beaten up, and when this gets beaten up, this little surface right here is actually the where it engages and where it holds. So as soon as that gets beat up, then when you try to hold it into gear, it just pops out of place. So I just machine this surface back down to the original face, so now it'll hold again.
Nice. Purely simple compared to even like synchro stuff. And
yeah, this is a lot simpler than synchro stuff. Like I can't machine synchro stuff. But this is only for race cars. Yeah,
Exactly.
like this isn't good for the street because you'll beat it up like this. There's
Constantly.
no synchronizer ring as it's called. So it's like the synchros and synchronizer ring is exactly what's meant for the street.
Got it. Got it. All right. Well, time to see how long we last before I fuck it up again.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So we got our dogs cut. Now we're gonna go home, get all of this installed, and literally hope for the best. So in theory it should hold, everything should be straight. I mean, it's kind of like having a brand new edge to the entire dog, so you know. We did only cut one side though. We cut the actual gear itself because Tom said that the actual slider, the dog ring, should be good. So let's see, you know, we're gonna get it in, we're gonna test it first, obviously, and go from there. So we're back in the vault, in the office. I've got to clean this case out. I just retapped all of these holes for studs instead of using the bolts that came with them, OEM. You know, they're old, and every single time you're putting sealant in without obviously the bolts being there, they squish and they get down into the threads, and it creates this gigantic fucking mess. So my boy Nate in England, he did studs like a while ago, and I really like that idea, so I'm gonna do that. Gonna put all of this together. Obviously we're all adults. I'm a parent. I got parent teacher night tonight at like 5 o'clock. It's currently 3, so I really only got like an hour to do all of this before I have to come back to it later. So hopefully within the next hour I can get all of this at bare minimum at least cleaned up, and if not assembled, ready to be assembled, so that I don't really have to do much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Time to get all this back together. It was very quick, just a quick gear cut and literally reassemble and restack. So let's do it. Nice. Yeah. Now we gotta put the top case on. And there we have it. Just gotta put the shaft in and tighten up these outer case bolts, and that's it. Let's get this thing in the car. Alright. That red line goodness. I just use the speed sensor hole to make my life easier. So, pop out the factory speed sensor. And that's it. Literally pop the filler in like this, and then we'll just start pouring in fluid. There we go. We'll get in here. We'll cap that.